lives of millions of people with diabetes, including Australia's first recipient.
Studley Lush reflects on the discovery that arrived just in time to save his mother's life.
Mum was 5 years old when she got diabetes. In those days, diabetes was a death sentence.
Phyllis was kept alive on a daily diet of butter, lettuce and whey after her father learned that a breakthrough was imminent across the globe in Toronto. In 1921, he wrote to Canadian doctors Frederick Banting and Charles Best, who were testing insulin on dogs.
Over a period of time, they kept writing him back to him, saying, keep her alive. And we're still working with the dogs, but it's not too far away.
Phyllis was kept alive for 8 months before she became the first Australian to receive insulin, which was sent by ship.
When it arrived here, my grandfather and the doctor went out on the pilot boat and they collected the insulin off the heads in Sydney, straight back to the wharf in Pyrmont, and they injected Mum on the wharf.
Back then there weren't nice modern syringes and needles and things. This was a very crude experiment almost back in 1921 and 22.
Banting and his team were awarded the Nobel Prize while Phyllis lived until the age of 81, making the Guinness Book of Records.
They said when she got the insulin she would live till she was 9 years old. However, she made 81.
Insulin helps our cells to absorb glucose and reduce blood sugar levels. The treatment was originally sourced from cattle and pigs. In the early 80s, synthetic versions became widely available. Today, they come in different forms, including long-acting insulin.
It's an amazing time to reflect on how far we've come in that 100 years.
Now there are also newer technologies for insulin delivery and blood glucose monitoring, but
we still need to crack that nut and find that cure. And understanding fundamentally what it is that causes this autoimmune reaction or attack on the pancreas that destroys the cells that produce insulin, and how we can stop that from happening.
In Australia, nearly 500,000 people use insulin each day to treat their diabetes. They include patients with type 2 and those who develop the condition during pregnancy. In his adult years, Studley developed type 1 diabetes, like his mum, who always hoped for an end to disease.
That was her one wish in life, was for a cure for diabetes.
Gabriella Rogers, 9 News.